hit the button. That'll catch you off guard real quick. Repo Man 64. Hang in there. Hang in there. I want to give you some encouragement. Hang in there. Dr. Barry came out with another video. These dates are flying at us so fast now. I'm looking at 7/17. Others are looking at other dates. The next one, I think he said Shavuot, the end of Shavuot, which there is a passage in the Bible that calls for the end of Shavuot, which points to Moses going up into the mountain second time. We don't know exactly how much time passed. So I want to encourage you to keep watching. Don't give up. Don't think for a second. I'm not patting myself on the back, but I want to tell you, I've been watching this for over 30 years. I've been watching long before it was ever popular to be a watcher. And I'm not patting myself on the back. I had incredible arguments, incredible discussions, I should say, with preachers. I had Bible studies, and I had so many discussions with them. Yes, we're going to know. No, we're not. You can't know. It says it right here. I said, you're misinterpreting that. You have to read it. I said, if that's true, if Matthew is correct, then how do we reconcile that with Amos 3:7? There's a very small percentage of people who actually want to go through this tribulation. They do not want to watch. They don't want to hear about it. Not understanding why they would get onto a platform where they have to hear about it if they're not wanting to hear about it. Like I said before, I'm not upset at the people who don't want anyone to watch, because you will become the greatest group of watchers this planet has ever seen once we're gone. You will realize, before anyone else, before people who were just stuck in the world, aren't even going to church, aren't even reading the Bible, don't even care about this, don't know anything about this, don't have the first clue about the end of the world, or the escape of the bride, don't have the first clue about it. I've spoken to so many people who are like, yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. They are not watching. They are not on this roller coaster ride. They are not trying to guess what's inside of the present. They are just living their life and have no clue. The mockers, they are not mockers and scoffers. The world is not a mocker and a scoffer. The world is continuing on. The greatest hope they have is that what's going on right now with Dr. Barry said something hilarious. I don't even remember what he said now. It was hilarious in his video. The heebie-jeebie, maybe? I can't remember what he said. But what's going on with that? It's their greatest hope that it's all over with and they get life back to the way it was. All of this stuff is a testimony to your faith. You know, again, I was there in 1988, 1994, 2011, 2000, so many days, but guess what's happening now? What's happening now, and I'm so excited is that so many watchers are just trying to figure this out, and they're just shaking the present. You know, maybe it's this date, maybe it's this date, and then I believe, and I firmly believe this, that every bride is going to get a warning directly from God himself. Maybe it's Damascus that we're going to see. The whole world's going to see that if something happens to Damascus. Or maybe God sends a dream and a vision to each one of you. But in the meantime, you are in a testing trial period right now. Don't give up. You know, I'm as excited as I can be. 30 years of watching this, and I have never seen anything like what I'm seeing right now. You know, I've never seen anything like Dr. Barry in my past. The closest thing I had back in the day was Harold Camping, who loved the Lord, and his Bible was just filled with passages and cross-references and everything else. Isn't it amazing that he was literally only 10 years off? You know, I just want to encourage you to hang in there. You know, you got me sitting here over 30 years looking for this stuff, and I got a bunch of people in Discord that are like, I've been looking at it for over 40 years. So there's been a lot of us. Several people in there. I've been looking since 88. I've been looking for over 40 years, and I'm just like, there's a lot of us out here. And, you know, we aren't Jeez, I haven't lost anything. If anything, I've gained so much from people like Dr. Barry. I've never had the time to, nor my brain doesn't function like that, where they can look at a passage and cross-reference to another one. My brain just doesn't work like that. My brain is, and I'm an optimist. I am an optimist. I will keep watching and keep looking and look at this and look at that, you know. It just amazes me how people like that just continue on. I guess he's had some negativity in his comments, which is just a shame. If you don't believe in this stuff, why are you watching? Go somewhere else. You've got to have a Discord where you're all over there just laughing, you know. Oh, here's another failed date, not going anywhere. You know, I feel bad for you. And when this happens, and I'm telling you, it is going to happen. It is going to happen in a twinkling, in the moment of, let's say, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. This is going to strike. It's going to happen. And over 150 million people, from what I understand, from what I read, the 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands upon thousands are going to be snatched off this planet in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, and we'll just be gone. Cars will be going here and there. You've seen the movie, Left Behind with Kirk Cameron. Is it Kirk Cameron? I think it's Kirk Cameron. So, I love that series. None of these series or these TV programs that we watch are completely accurate. They have to put some dramatic effect in there to get people to watch. I wonder how many people started reading their Bible and came to God through those movies, even though they weren't completely accurate. I wonder how many just buckled down. See, that's what I did back when I was a kid. I must have been, when they bought me that Bible that I have there, I've had it my whole life. I believe I was 19 when they bought me that. I'm 56 now, so I've had it for a while, and won't let go of it. Whoa, that's a red light. I won't let go of it. I won't trade it for any other Bible. I have so many others that have been bought over the years, but that one is the one that I've studied all this time. And I didn't really, back in those days, we didn't have phones, we didn't have internet, we didn't have anything. All I did was read that Bible. That's all I did. And I did it every day at my lunch break. I did it on my days off. I didn't have anywhere to put, to cross-reference or anything. All I could do was put it in the Bible and write it down and cross-reference to other passages. Now they have this incredible stuff where they cross-reference it for you, so you can find a verse that's similar to another verse somewhere else in the Bible, which is amazing. And so all I did was, I wrote on a piece of paper a question. I did that when I first started studying. I wrote on the question, can we know when Jesus is returning? Can we know that? And I prayed to God for discernment, and I asked him, if I'm supposed to know this date, you'll tell me in your book, in your word, that we can in fact know that. Is it wrong for us to be seeking for this date? And I started seeking for that date when I was 20. I guess that makes it 36 years ago. So that's quite a while for me, but I haven't given up in all this time, and I can't imagine that I ever will. I can't imagine that this date that's pointing to 2021 is going to pass 2021. I just know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen in any second now. There's so many signs that are going on right now. This is going to happen. There's no way that we're going to pass this. And there's too many passages that prove it and say it. Can we know? Was my question, and I must have over 50 verses I found in the Bible that says we can and will know. So the one that they use the most that says we can't is Matthew 24:36. That's your smoking gun, and it's true. You're not. That's actually true. Matthew's written to a group of people that are not going to know. So that's sad that that's where you want to be, but that's where you are. That's exactly where you want to be in Matthew 24:36. So me personally, I want to be in Amos 3:7. I was so excited when I was reading my Bible from beginning to end, and just highlighting and writing. Every time I found a passage to answer one of my questions, I wrote that passage down. And I was so excited when I was like, we can know. I started arguing with, not arguing, I keep saying arguing, I mean discussing with preachers and so many people that were so much smarter than I was when it come to the biblical stuff. And I'm like, we can know, we're gonna know. And they're like, no, we're not. It says it in here. I said, yeah, but over here it says something different. And they said, well then, and now of course we can reconcile it. It's true. Matthew is speaking to a group of people that are not gonna know. They refuse to know. And that's absolutely true for them. But Amos 3:7, speaking to another group of people who are going to know. When Jesus came, nobody knew. It was life as usual. They missed it, except for a few. A few didn't miss it. A few were watching. They were paying attention. They were watching the signs. And they knew, you know. Noah, nobody knew. Nobody knew. But he was listening to God. He could hear God, and he got the message. Lot, he knew. He was told it was going to happen. He was the only righteous one in the whole town, his wife and his 2 daughters. And his wife, like Dr. Barry was just talking about that, actually. His wife turned around, turned into a pillar of salt. So I'm here to tell you to be encouraged. Dr. Barry might be right. This might be happening here. I want to say a week from the 25th. I have to go back and listen to his video again. I was listening to it and working at the same time and listening, and I know I missed the exact date he said, but you know, I'm looking at 7/17, but I'll go now. I don't have to wait for 7/17. I'll go right now. So anyway, Repo Man 64. Go to a quiet place by yourself. If you don't believe any of this stuff, that's fine. But please, first and foremost important, before anything else, go to a quiet place by yourself. You don't have to tell anybody. Nobody needs to know. Accept the Lord into your heart and just watch the transformation. Just come in there with nothing to offer. He did it all. He said it's finished at the cross. He didn't say it's finished at the cross, plus you got to do this. No, he said it's finished. He did it all. And so you'll see the change once you accept him. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Repo Man 64. We'll talk to you as soon as I have another thought. Bye.